Welcome to the Release 2 Sprint 6 Enhancements Overview. We'll be reviewing 4 enhancements in this video. For more information, refer to the Ohio Buys website at das.ohio.gov/OhioBuys. Ohio Buys will now perform extra validations prior to routing a requisition to a central approver for copy, fleet, printing, and OBM personal services. Let's see what happens when a non-exempt agency submits a requisition under $2,500. In this example, Jane is a final approver for a non-exempt agency, and this requisition has a total of $70. This requisition is related to an account code for OBM personal services and is coming from a non-exempt agency. However, because it is under $2,500 and not an item that is on a competitive selection contract, DAS contract, or part of a requisite program, it will bypass OBM SME review. Now, let's look at a requisition submitted by a non-exempt agency that is over $2,500. In this example, Lewis is a final approver for a non-exempt agency, and the requisition is over $2,500. This requisition has a total of $7,000, and it was submitted by a non-exempt agency and has an account code related to OBM personal services. So that means that it will be subject to OBM review and is now sitting with the subject matter expert for that group. An additional field has been added for supplier contact records to capture the primary phone extension for that person. Under Admin, on the Contacts page, you'll be able to see all contacts within Ohio Buys. By filtering by the supplier contacts, you'll be able to see contacts only related to suppliers. Once you have found the contact that you're looking for, clicking the pencil icon will allow you to see that contact's details. Under the Phone section, a new field labeled Primary Phone Extension is now visible. Please note that the data in this field comes directly from OAKS. If information is entered directly into the primary phone extension field, you may run the risk of having that information overridden after the OAKS integration. When creating an exception from a purchase order, invoice, or contract, the values in the supplier and contract fields will now be filtered based on the information that was listed in the original order, invoice, or contract. When creating an exception from a purchase order, navigate to the Exceptions section and select the Create Exception button. You will need to complete all of the mandatory fields on the Exception Details page. After you complete the exception details and press Save, the information in the contract fields will be filtered. You will only be able to see contracts where the supplier is listed as the contractor or contracts where the supplier is listed as a dealer. When completing the chart string on the line item level of a requisition, Ohio Buys will trigger an alert to ensure all information is present for ISTP requests. When editing a requisition, you may encounter a new alert related to ISTP requests. If you select an item that is already related to a state agency, your supplier information will default, and you will get an alert related to ISTP requests. In this example, I'm creating a freeform or non-catalog item within this requisition. My first step will be to select a state agency as my supplier. I've selected the Department of Administrative Services. After pressing save, Ohio Buys will trigger an alert related to ISTV requests. This alert is prompting me to enter in a cross-reference number as well as select an account code related to ISTV requests. Let's see what happens when I select the appropriate account code and enter a cross-reference number. After selecting your account code and cross-reference number, scroll back up to the top and press Save. The alert for ISTV requests has now disappeared. This concludes the Sprint 6 Enhancement Overview. Your job aids and learner guides have already been updated to reflect the changes you've seen here today. However, if you have questions, please reach out to Ohio Shared Services.